So listen now, in terms of evolution, as a DJ, I noticed I was getting a record here with Third World and Tiger. I got a record with Third World and Sesasonic. So how did that come about, and how does dancehall and hip hop, relate to you guys?
It's really a matter of respect from it's mutual respect, and it's us reaching out to artists all around in different genres and stuff to try and just do collabs and stuff. We've been doing that for a long time. Now it's very popular and everybody's doing it, but we've been doing that for a long, long time. And Daddy O thing was one of the first. We were one of the first people that ever had a rapper on a reggae song.
If it's love, girl, how could it be forbidden? The way I feel just can't remain hidden. Folks may talk, but I don't care.
Great on one of our tunes and stuff, and Bounty Killer and Shaggy and Reggae Party. Yes. So we have always felt that kind of connection with other acts to come and be a part of what we do. Don't care if it's even a song or it's come and appear with us on a show or something like that. It's really it's like a part of what we feel. We feel that we're only one part of a big circle. We're just a small part of something really, really big. And that's our music. And needless to say, I think that a lot of people believe that reggae now, has been compromised because so many quote unquote young white guys playing it now and this and that. There's a big controversy about that, and I always respond by saying that don't feel any way about that, because the more they play it, the more it proliferates our culture, and the more it sends the message out there of our music and stuff, and it's more likely it is for a person who hear Revolution, for instance, to go and buy, a culture album, or go and buy a Burning Spear record, or go and download a Third World song, or something like that. So, we have to take not the good with the bad, but we have to take all the road signs that we see, and then we try to meet at the same point. We try to take a left or we take a right, whatever one. We're all going to one central area, which is the proliferation of reggae music.
That's no matter what.
Culture. We need that. We need that badly. Jamaican culture could do a lot more, I think, for the country than it's doing now, but it's doing so much already,
Right.
So I don't really want to be, but I'm thinking that the horizons are maybe even broader than we even see. So, I think that it's great for these bands from Brazil and from Argentina and stuff to be playing ska and reggae.
Hawaii.
Bands singing in French.
Yeah, you mentioned Hawaii.
Yeah, but Hawaii that's been a long time. Hawaii is one of the first places. I talk in remote places now, like Tahiti and and South Korea. The man of reggae band over there tier. So we have to understand that we have influenced the world, but the music remains ours. Nobody is robbing us of our music. It's our music, and the more they play it, the more it does for us. You see me?
Now, two of the music forms that have evolved from our music is obviously reggaeton. It's in the name, Afrobeats. Recently, one of our ambassadors, Buju, was sharing his perspective that Afrobeats doesn't seem to want to give acknowledgement to our music, and also it needs to have that message, like we had mentioned earlier.
So let me ask you, because I've been watching. You said something that was very interesting. You said Afrobeats gives props back to reggae, to dancehall.
Do they?
I thought I heard you say that.
I don't think they do. No, I never said that. I said they don't give props back to dancehall and reggae.
Oh, my bad. I heard it wrong.
Now you really dyslexic.
Yeah. My bad. I thought I heard it the other way around.
I went to Africa in 1991 and I spent like 3 weeks constantly at the universities,
In Kenya?
under baobab trees.
In Kenya, that's
educating people from Ghana, all over the continent about reggae music and dancehall. But I was happy when they came to their senses to realize that music is the bridge that's going to connect us. But what I was disappointed in, they didn't try to connect with Jamaica the roots. They connect with everyone else except us.
And you talking about Afrobeats?
Yes.
What's your perspective on that perspective?
Well, I don't want to be political. That's my perspective. I don't want to get into Buju. Even though I have good reason to listen to what he's saying and agree with a lot of his comments,
Right.
I don't know enough. I don't have enough knowledge about Afrobeats and stuff. Sweeping statements at this time.
Right.
But I hear him and I hear where he's coming from. And I hear he made a statement I really like. He said it's not inspirational. And I really got stuck when I heard that one, because I said, you know what? I'm not hearing a lot of inspirational music out there like the days when I was growing up and listening to Bob Marley. Even same Mr. Myrie there, you know? You know, they may think my faith is in vain. Murder, man. Murder. So, you know, I'm going to work with that, but I don't have enough knowledge of Afrobeats and where that is going to make any kind of sweeping kind of assessment, you know?
Right.
But I'm just hoping that the influence of our music and them will help them to, you know, to make their thing grow even bigger than it is, because their thing is huge.
It is huge.
Yeah, I'd like them to grow even more, you know? So all the best to them, man. God bless, and all the best.
Speaking about, you know, Afro brings Africa, do you guys regularly perform on the continent, on the motherland?
No, not regularly, but every now and again, you know, we're blessed that we can go. And we enjoy going there, particularly South Africa, Nigeria, Ghana. We haven't done a lot on the eastern side. We've done Ethiopia, we've done Uganda, but we haven't done those places recently. But who knows? You never can tell. The phone can ring at any time. So,
you know what? I'm talking to a few people in Ghana and a few people in Kenya. Gonna give Heather a call on that one, because them need to get the quality. Them need to hear the quality. So, so there's evolution. You know, we're going in the 90s. Jamaica.
Well, let me do with Noriega for a second. Noriega, take care of this brother for a second. Do.
Okay.
Hang on for a few seconds.
A few seconds.
Yeah.
Well, at what period did you actually start coming into the band? Oh, yeah.
You know, actually, you mentioned Africa a while ago.
Yes.
And that was 2006.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Nigeria.
Mm.
I think they went to Collabs. And I think that was my first event with the band. That was my introduction.
You got introduced in Nigeria?
No, I didn't get introduced. I went there before, but I got introduced to Third World to be a part of the band after playing that
leg. Okay.
So because I got called for a substitution, and I ended up, so coincidentally I mentioned Africa. So in 2006, I think it was November, somewhere late of the October or November-ish, I joined the unit, and that was my first introduction when I started to roll with the bigger boys.
With the big boys. The big boys. By the way,
I only had knowledge of the music, but not knowledge of the gentleman.
By the way, you guys know that most people think now that we found love, your version is the original. You know that, right?
Of course. That's how I... And you have people that think half of Sanchez's tune is original.
Right? Right. I see people arguing, the people saying Babyface Steve song from Sanchez. All right, that being said, so 90s to 2000s, which is a period of time where you know, our music definitely was getting more of a stage, you know, more lights. Like I said, you know, like I mentioned earlier before the recording, we talked about the BET interview with Third World will be on BET. You know, the Daddy-O video will be in rotation on MTV and so on. What was that like that this and obviously you guys know how to adapt, but what was that like, Kat, like going through that period?
I think most of us as entertainers took it in stride. We were able to cross the railroad tracks, as it were, without being hit by a train. And, I think that one of the most important things was the work that we had done before us, that preceded us, was of a certain level that it lived on, and it was able to transcend those changes. So when the drum machine came in, for instance, or when the vocoder and the auto-tune and all these things came in, because our music was of a certain level, it was able to transcend those things. Very similar to Dennis Brown, Gregory Isaacs, and them kind of people. Their music, from start to play, where you are.
Exactly.
Not to mention Bob Marley. I noticed we don't mention him, but it doesn't make sense mentioning him because he's up on a completely different shelf to all of what we're talking about. So,
right.
So I mean, that's my feeling. I mean, I know the sound changed and it became more in certain directions and thing, and people might say it's more like young people taking over. I don't know about that, but I can say that those of us who did our music in the 70s into the 80s and into the 90s and stuff, and we recorded all those records, we did them with a quality in mind that would live on. And that is basically, I think, where we have the edge over the stuff that's now. Because it's the stuff that's now, it's like a big lighter. Once the gas runs out, you throw it away.
Right.
So it's one of those kind of situations that's touch and go too, because the artists that come up quick and boom, they get so successful and they have so much resources behind them and stuff. And then the music kind of gets like, we haven't heard from them for a long time. When they're coming up with another record and this, that. I've seen it happen to lots of actors. I've seen it happen to Mariah Carey. So, it's happening right now to Chronics. It's one of these situations whereby, I mean, if your track record is good, I think, and in the case of say Chronics, it's excellent.
Yes.
Then you don't really have to be that concerned about how quickly you're putting more material out.
Right.
But if you're feeling that boy, you have some great stuff and you want to put it out, then you need to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You need to do that. But I wouldn't advise any youngster to force anything right now. Don't force creativity and force yourself to put something out that you might not be 100% kind of really. I mean, who is to say? You don't know what people are going to like. None of us know what people are going to like. So keep on playing your music and doing your thing. That's my advice. Just keep on doing your thing and playing your music.
I think that's fantastic advice. What's happening with Third World now, and what might we be seeing coming up in the future?
Well, we just talked about that. So I answered the question before you ask it.
Right. But I'm just saying,
You're bad.
I'm saying expound on.
No, well, I mean, quite simply, it's one of these situations where the band continues its journey, its incredibly extraordinary journey.
Yes.
And we just continue and we fight our way through problems and stuff, and it's not always easy to do stuff, because personally speaking, I would have loved to have been over in Europe this year, but it just was one of those things that happened. Tickets became extremely expensive, and work permits were just like over the chain and off the wall. And
wow.
And the Olympics was over there. Everything was focused on that and stuff. And but at the same time, I'm thankful because we did some great work here in the States, and we still are coming to Atlanta this weekend. you know, and we got a great, beautiful honor in Jamaica at the Grand Gala, you know,
Yes.
from the PM and from our country. And, you know, we really respect that a lot. And Jamaica right now, plenty difficulties and stuff, you know, even last week, really difficult time for us. And
Oh, yes. Yes.
just want to send down a lot of love to Jamaica, you know. Right now, we're sending a lot of love to Jamaica. And we're just praying that we can get a grip on life, get a grip. Because we're out of control right now. You know?
When you to elaborate on why combination of your question, you say what to expect on the future and all of that stuff. Just to add to what Kat said, what we tend to do is try to make sure keep what we're doing in that same realm of the quality. You don't talk about roots quality. So we don't really, I don't see ourselves derailing to try and sidestep what we intentionally do and keep it up there. So if you talk about Atlanta or wherever we're going, you're going to get that level of quality that was from then, and it evolved. We still keep that quality up there as a group or some real music, like it now is not a hurry come up thing.
Hurry come up.
We're going to get quality with the roots of the trees, you understand? So when you come to that's where you're going to expect to see.
And continuing, you know, off of what Kat said a while ago, one thing I've always loved, anytime I've gone to a third world concert, obviously the concert referred to in the movie, always preaching peace and love. Always saying to us, let's unite and be peace and love.
Well, you're not going to get us to change that for that. So
more than 50% of the content of third world song, just listen to the lyrics, it's all about, you're going to find more, that same 4-letter word is in more than half of them. And if it's not there, there's another word that means that it's just love. The Tri-Jah love, we know that we found love, and what is love, everything.
Tri-Jah love.
Love will always be there.